All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this evening with a short message. And this one will be short. And I am running a little behind, and I apologize for that. I am running behind. But Sister Deborah has a message this evening, and I titled this message, Is It Really Worth It? Is it really worth it? I need you yourself to ask yourself that question. Is it really worth it? Okay. Then you might say, well, what do you mean, is it really worth it? I'm speaking of the mission in which the Father has called you, the mission in which the Father has called me to. Can we say that that mission is worth it? Is it really worth it to be here on YouTube? Is it really worth it not trying, but speaking spirit and truth? Is it really worth it holding the light in the midst of darkness? Is it really worth it? I, Sister Deborah, say that it goes beyond being worth it. Being so, it really lead you to that place which he say, very few shall find therein. I believe that when that is said, I think the gate is narrow, real narrow than many think. And it's worth going in that narrow gate. Why? Because you're not going in it alone. He's leading you. He's guiding you. Everything you do, hear me and hear me well, on behalf of the Father, the Creator himself, is worth it. Now, all this other stuff you're doing in this world, let it be about you. Let it all be about you. And you can even measure it as far as, is it worth it? Because you can't take it nowhere with you. You see? But is it worth it? I, Sister Deborah, believe the purpose in which the Father has appointed and anointed and has called me to is well beyond worth it. Okay? Because I might not receive, most likely I won't, the reward. I won't receive the reward of it until I see him face to face. You see? So it's worth even the wait. It's worth the hope and belief that you are your mission that he has called you to is worth it, because anytime you are appointed and anointed and predestined to serve a creator, come on now, a creator, that's more than worth it. You've been appointed and anointed to come down as a servant of the Most High God. If it was worth it in heaven, it is worth it on earth. Because everything that heavens has assigned one to, he has rewards for you for completing it. Even though he assigned it to you. Oh, it's worth it. And even me today, I sit back and think about dealing, knowing that there was a creator, or there was this individual since I was a little girl. And even to this day, I still feel the same way about the Most High, the Creator Himself. That alone, that alone tells me all of those years He's been there with me and for me. It's really worth it. Whatever He have me to do, it's worth it. It's really worth it. But what people don't understand, they get things mixed up. They think the things that's materialistic and the things of the world, like your emotions, your feelings, your wisdom of your flesh, your wisdom of your the knowledge of your flesh, the wisdom of your flesh, the understanding of your flesh, your personal opinion, all of these things stand in the way because you think it's really about those things, and it's not. Those things is going to pass away. But the only thing that would last forever is the things that you do that has been assigned unto you to do for Yah. That's the only thing that's worth it. That's the only thing that's worth anything and everything on the face of the earth. It's what you do for Yah. Not what you do for yourself. Not what you do for your family, your wife, your husband, your bestest friends, your co-workers, your neighbors, your boss, your in-laws, your grandparents, oh, your mother, oh, your father. It's what you do for the Creator. And through Him makes it worth everything. A lot of people think the little things that they're doing is really worth something in the eyes of the Father. It's not, baby. In your eyes, all is clean. But it does not mean the same thing in the eyes of the Most High. People can't seem to separate the things you do in the flesh versus the things you do in the spirit. They can't seem to separate the two. They call what they do in the flesh spirit, and what they do in the spirit, they call it flesh. They don't know the difference between the two. But I, Sister Deborah, will tell you, what you do in Yah, for Yah, namesake, for His namesake, is worth it. It's really worth it. And if you see yourself doing all kind of things, and I'm going to tell you the truth, see yourself clowning, portraying, role playing, all of that has nothing to do. And all of that is worthless. What Solomon said, vanity and vexation with spirits. Your spirits are out here just playing around, making things on the outside of you worth something, and that which is in the inside of you have no worth within it, because it has no relationship with the Creator, who's worth all things. He's worth it all. But we can't seem to find anything within ourselves to make from our inner man, to make it, not to make it, but to know that it is worth it. Because we're so busy looking at the things we do on the outside, and we're making it and we're clocking it in as something that's worth something. And that's a really sad position to be in, but that's where everything pretty much reside in this day and time. People looking on everything on the outer side of who they are. Even if they say they're flesh, they make everything about them worth something. But then their spirit is anorexia, and it's worthless. because they don't know that which die and never return on the outer man is really what you call worthless. And that which is on the inner man is worth. It's worth something. Why? Because it has an eternal destiny. It's carrying its own spirit. It's carrying the breath and the truth of the Father within it. Oh, yes, it's worth something. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. In 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10. In 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10. And it reads, 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ. Is he talking about the righteous and the unrighteous? Yes. Listen to what he said. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he has done, whether it be good or bad. Here it's actually telling you that we're going to be held accountable for the things and the worth of our outer man that is bad, and the things that is worth something in our inner man, which is good. You see, even here it's telling you two sides, whether it's good or whether it's bad. We're all going to have to stand before the judgment seat. Now, at this judgment seat, are we going to be able to use the works, the work and the works that is invested in us? Or are we going to be able to use that which we labored in the flesh? The Father is coming for the good to bring judgment on it. And Yah is coming for the bad to bring judgment on it. That which is the bad is the things that one has done in their flesh that represent the things of iniquity and sin. But it's something else he says here that one has done, whether it's good or bad. So where would you find the good? The good would be found in the spiritual realm surrounding your works, in the spiritual realm of who you are. That's the good. The bad is going to be found in the realm of your flesh. And we know there's no good there. So it's no worth in the flesh. You have no worth in your flesh, but in your spirit, you have, if you have the good in your spirit, that's the worth. You're worth something. Because the Father is the one that gives you the work, W-O-R-K-S, for your spirit. One thing I noticed, and I still try to figure that out, because I'm like saying, even though I know we're not going in based on our works, do y'all hear what I said? We can't get to the kingdom based on our works. Did y'all know when it says that in many verses, you're going to have to look at it and see Wait a minute, this is confusing because on one end it says it's not based on your works. It's not based on what you have done and the way you've done things. But then on the other hand, it says he's going to judge you based on your works and your work without the X and your works. You know what that's about? The twos. Only what you do in the spirit is worth it. Not what you do in your flesh. I hear people doing all kind of things. Watch me now, hear me now. Whole bunch of things in these places of worship. And they got people thinking they doing the will of the Father by doing these things on the left. But what about what he asked you to do on the right? The true works. Now, they're not going to talk about the things on the right because they're so busy in these churches, these synagogues, and these temples, these places of worship, deceiving people on the left to make people think that to do this is of Yah. This is what the Father wants us to do. This is the type of works and the work we should be doing. You see? Yah did not tell you to go get bags and go out the community and tie them on people's front door knock, asking for donations. He didn't say that. He did not say that. So what is that saying? They're doing things out of what? Their flesh, calling it work and works and work. You see, those things have no worth in them as far as the kingdom. It's not worth anything. Why? Because on this end, he wants us to understand. On the right end, did you think about the fatherless, the orphanage, the widows? Did y'all think to go on that end? No. Do you think the elders would be working on stuff like that while the church has the pastor, and then this should be the elders and the not just the elders, but their wives? Should not they been working on stuff like that? They don't do that, y'all. You don't find that nowhere no more. And if you do, it's under a tax write-off. It's listed under their tax write-off. They go get the donations from all the community and all the members, bring it and put it in their food bank, and still use it as a tax write-off. But what about over here on the right, where he talks about the orphanage, the fatherless, the widows, the less fortunate? I was hungry. You see? I was homeless. I was thirsty. Oh no, we ain't going that route, lady. We ain't going on that. That is what is worth something. That's the work and of Yah. That's the real deal. It's worth something, y'all. It's worth more than anything on the earth. Why? Because heavens is where it's going to be, where heavens is clocking you in for your rewards. Based on what? Your works. What kind of works? The works that you do according to the way the Father said we are to do. When we show him who he is in us. You see? People homeless, people hungry, people thirsty, things that help other people. It's easy to give to your grandbabies, to your adult children. It's easy to give to the place where you go to worship, the pastor, even his wife. It's easy to give to your mom, maybe your dad, your siblings. It's easy to give to your wife, your children, your husband. It's easy to give to them. But that's not the one that y'all gonna measure, because you're not doing it out of the spiritual. You're doing it out of a different love. You see? The worth. Is it really worth it? It's when you do things out of the line of the spirit. You see? That's what makes it worth something. Not so much as what you do out of the heart of your flesh. Oh, this is my mother. This is my wife, or this is my husband. This is my children. It's easy to give to them. Y'all don't want you to do it and think that heaven's got you rewarded, or you doing something. Because a lot of people think that. They say, well, I go over here and I give to my niece that needs food, and I give to my cousin that needs food. I'm surely they on a fixed income, and I go over there and give to them, and that'll be that ain't yours. That's yours. Because he says it's real easy to give to those that you love. Try giving to somebody that you don't love and don't know. That's when you're doing it on the right side. That's when you're doing it on the right side. On the left, you can give for whatever you want to, your flesh want to do then. But see, that's where y'all measure the heart of people. You can give to the left, but you can't give to the right. Those that's on the right side is the ones that's going to have your rewards in the kingdom set up for you based on what you do on the right, not what you do on the left. It's easy to love those on your left, your loved ones, your friends, whoever they tell you to do it with. It's okay because you're trying to prove yourself, trying to show yourself. But try giving to somebody on the right. Do y'all know it is dangerous to do that? Because it's too hard. It's too hard for people to grip on that end. So you wonder, is it worth it? The Father wants you to know from the kingdom, the things that you do on his behalf for his name's sake, out of his own heart, is way beyond worth it. Because in the kingdom, he already got you checked in for the rewards, which you have no idea. But he's not saying based on your emotions, your feelings, your personal opinion, what you think about somebody, what you feel about somebody is how you based on what you do. Try doing for somebody that's the opposite of your feelings, of your emotion. You see, it's going to be too hard because it measures really who a person really is. So let's see here. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10. And it says, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that everyone may receive things done. You see that word done? It's slanted. Right there, he's telling you whatever you done in your body, in the flesh. Whatever you done in the flesh, according to that he has done. Where? In the flesh. Watch this here. Whether it be good or whether it be not evil, whether it be good or whether it be bad. See, the Father is judging your actions in your flesh. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, he's pulling up the twos. Letting you know I'm still going to measure them. So is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? No, it's not worth the things that you do in your flesh. But the things that you do based on the spirit that dwells in you is a totally different, y'all. Totally different. And that's the place that 99.9 cannot reach because they don't really fully understand it and don't care if they understand it, but they don't understand it. It's not meant for you to understand it. You see? Because it's not meant for you. So it said it to me. Is it really worth it? My thing, yes, anything that I do for you, Father, is worth it. Anything. So it's like the spirit of who you are. For his name's sake, for his purpose, according to what he has assigned you. All of that is worth it. Every last one of them that died, got murdered, tormented, beaten, put in prison. They all got, most of them got murdered, but still, it's everything they done was worth it. Was worth what? You think killing and beating them and all of that? No. But what they done had a lot of worth in the spirit. So when they leave up out of here, they got treasures. You see? They got rewards. Yep. Did they get beaten? Did they get put in prison? But guess what? Because of their works, this is how their body suffered. Their works in the spirit. They got put in prison. They got beaten. They got tormented. And they got murdered. Those were the things they did in their flesh. But it was detached to the spirit that made it worth it all. Fulfilling the Father's will while they were on the earth. All the things Yah had invested in them, they fulfilled it in their spirit while they lived here on the earth. The body paid the consequences, but the spirit receives the rewards. And that's what makes it worth it. I go here to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. And it reads, but as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man. Watch this here. Neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yah has prepared for them that give him. That's beautiful. He's saying here, but as it is written. Where is it first written? First and foremost, in the kingdom. See? It's already written. Watch this here. So we can lock that in. It's already written. Now watch this. I have not seen, ear have not heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yah has prepared. When did he prepare it? Before the foundation of the world. For it already written. For them that give him. You see? It's already in the kingdom, the reward. You see? They to the point where they spiritual eye, they spiritual ear still have not and cannot know what Yah has fully have prepared for them. They give him. That is so beautiful. He's like letting you know. Remember, I'm going to show you the example. Let me go to Matthews. Watch this here. I understand exactly what they're saying. Watch this here. Now, watch this here. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. But as it is written, that's in the kingdom, I have not seen. We talking about the spiritual eye. Nor the ear have not heard. He's talking about the spiritual ear. Neither have entered into the heart of man. That's the flesh, but you know, even in his heart, it ain't entered into his heart the things which Yah have prepared for them that give him. Now listen to that. Watch this here. When you get to Matthew chapter 25, watch this here. Listen to how these angels said this here. I'm on the wrong verse. Listen to this. This is a prime example. Watch this here. Now look, Matthew chapter 25, verse 34. Now watch, they don't know what he's talking about. They don't know what he's talking about. They in the kingdom, but they don't know what he's talking about. Watch this here. Matthew chapter 25, verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, those are the sheep. Yeshua had divided the sheep and the goats. The goats is on the left. The sheep is on the right. Now he's finna say something to them. But I want you to listen to their response. Matthew chapter 25, verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed. You already blessed, baby. How? Of my Father. The Father have already blessed thee. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Okay? Now, drop down to verse 37. Now, he was telling them the things that they did. Yeshua was telling them the things that they did when they were on the earth. But guess what they said in 37? Then shall the righteous, which is on the right, which is the sheep, answer him, saying to Yeshua, when saw we thee and hungry, and we fed thee, or thirsty and gave unto thee? They don't know what he's talking about. You see? When did we do those things? You see? You go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. It said, but as it is written, it was already written they were going to do these things. Now watch this here. I have not seen, ear have not heard, neither have it entered into a man's heart the things which Yah has prepared for them that give him. Now watch this. They didn't have, like it said here, they had no idea that Yah had those things prepared for them. You see? They had no idea it was written and that he had things prepared for them. So when you get to Matthew 25 and Yeshua is telling them what that the kingdom was prepared for them before the foundation of the world, and then he began to tell them, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me a drink. And then they turned around and said to him, in the kingdom, we're right at the throne. They said to Yeshua, when did we give you a drink? When did we give you something to eat? See, it's actually telling you the same thing 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9 is saying. They spiritual eye have not seen, nor their spiritual ear have heard what Yah has prepared for them. They get to the kingdom, they still on dumb city because they trying to figure out, when did we do these things Yah said we done? You see? They didn't know. And even though in verse 9 it said it, but as it is written, it was already written in the kingdom. And then when Yeshua said it to them, he said to them in Matthew 25 and verse 34, then shall the king say, watch this here, unto them on the right hand, come ye blessed of my Father. Watch this here. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you. And that's what verse 9 just got you talking about. Their ears and their eyes have not seen, neither have entered into the hearts of man the things which Yah has prepared for them. You see? Is it worth it? For sure, for sure. The things that you do in Yah's name's sake that pleases the Father while you're down here on this earth. Only the things that you do for Yah in his name, in his righteousness. You see? He's not, he don't care about all this other stuff that you got in this world or what you doing in this world, because I'm sitting back looking at all these here so-called, I'm gonna give you another example. You know how when that pandemic hit, you notice not no place of worship pulled up to help the people. They were still trying to keep ties coming in through the computer, through the internet. So they had service on the internet, and by them having service on the internet, they had the people pay in their tithes. That's all they was worried about. They weren't trying to help the sick that was going through this here, or they didn't do it. The places of worship, none of them pulled up for nothing when it came down to COVID. None of them. All they were trying to do was to entice their members to go get the shot. Ain't that sad? That's all they did. You see how they participated in that? Even Geno Jennings, that's when I knew he was anyway, but that's when I knew that he had to have been with the Masons or the Masonic, whoever they are, because for him, he had that whole church lit up with masks on. Every last one of them people went and get 1 and 2 shots. He made sure, I would put it past, he made it mandatory that you couldn't come there unless you had it. I had a young lady by the name of Angela Claiborne. Her and I went to elementary school and high school together. I got a job at 13. I was working food service management. At that time, I was cooking on Saturday and Sunday for Children's Hospital. Okay. And Angela, she was one of the youngest that went. She was the youngest entered into high school. She was one of the young. So she was in the neighborhood where we stayed, and she was talking about she was looking for a job. And I said, you know what? I can get you on where I'm at during the summertime. And I got her on. That was her first job. Now, Angela was a very, 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 very smart, melanated a woman. Very, very, very smart. And she was the smartest, I think, in the whole elementary, and probably one of the smartest in the high schools. And she didn't know that she can go to college. And she said that she went to college and she got her accountant's degree. She got about 3 different kind of degrees. And she lived homeless when she was in college. She didn't have no food, no money, and her mother didn't send her any. And she got her mama on high on a hog right now. And I'm like saying, wow. And she kept all the money and never sent her anything for high school. I felt sad when she was telling me the story. So when Angela got positions working these here healthcare systems, they end up giving her a position to run them. Okay. She was running not only as the CEO, she was also the accountant as well. She just had those degrees and had that smart, and she was real good with writing proposals. That means like if they needed, say for instance, if they needed $10 million, they knew if she write up the proposal, they're gonna get 10 or more, because she was sharp at that job. That girl worked there to the state and to the federal, they slide that money on down. It's the way she knew how to do it. And the companies really loved her. So she ended up, now she's still over it. She over like 6 facilities, but she's the CEO and the accountant. So when this COVID thing came out, she was on Facebook telling everybody go get in the clinic and get your shots, your COVID. And I told her, stand down. You better not be having no. Stop having your people go getting them COVID shots. Them things are dangerous. She didn't listen. Second time I told her, she kind of got scared. She did get scared, but you know what? She don't even know the consequences she's gonna have to suffer because she did it knowing who I was. Mm-hmm. She knew who I was, and I was giving her that warning. Stop being on that, and then people was flocking into her facility. All 6 of them to go get that COVID shot. I said, you got something coming, baby. That's going to eat you, and it's going to get you in the long run. Because I told her what the Father had told me to tell her. But, like right now, she's still the CEO and the head. She's the number 1 accountant over the facilities. She know how to run these facilities. She know how to draw money from the state. She know how to draw money from the federal. And that's just where she at. I know one time she asked me to come in and talk to her, and I went in there to talk to her. She was telling me about all this money that the state and federal have. And, she don't call me Deborah. She called me Booby, the street name, And I said, she said, I just want to tell you something. And she went to telling me about all this money they got, all this federal and state got, and they won't let her get it. She said, I can write the proposal and I can pull it. I know what area it's coming from. It's just something hindering. And she said that they had programs that anybody in your household can get money to buy a house, even with bad credit. She said they got so many programs up there that you can get money. And she was asking me my advice. And I said, me, hands off. I don't want their money. I said, now, I'll tell you what, though, that's a dangerous thing to get into. She couldn't convince me. Oh, baby, you ain't going to convince me. I don't care how long I know you. I don't care what degree you got. Sister Deborah, tell it like it is in her. I ain't going to feed into it. But it brought me back to when they first hired her as I don't know, what was she? She wasn't a CEO at that time, but she ran this her first facility. And when she asked me if I would come up there, so she want to talk. Y'all, listen to what the girl said. She in there just is crying. Oh, booby. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, I said, Angela, what is wrong with you? She said, Deborah, it's so much darkness. They got so much darkness wrapped up in all this money with the state and the federal. She was crying and she was like, I can't do it. I can't go up against the Most High God. I can't do it. I can't do it. If I do it, I have to sell out. You know what she did, y'all? All that hooping and hollering. I gave her good advice. She sold out anyway. Oh, yes, she did. That's why she ended up trying to get, and this was like probably 17 years later, trying to get me to give her some spiritual insight on her lining all of her siblings, when I think it's like 8 of them, up with a new house from this program. And I was telling her, with me, hands off. I don't get involved in that, Angela. I ain't finna ride that horse. I'm serious. Because she knew how to go in there, but she was trying to get it for her family, you see. And she was telling me they got all that money up and they won't let me come in. I know I can write it up. I know I can get it. I know I can pull it. But they got it to where they ain't letting me pull it. And that's just not it. She just couldn't deal with it. But what I'm saying is, going back to my message, I don't care what you do. I don't care about you being a CEO over 6 facilities. I don't care if you run all 6 under the state and government and you the accountant. I don't care, because she gave me my first clinic contract when I used to own Brown's Cleaning Service. She gave me my first contract of her clinic, her first clinic. She gave that contract to me. But what she's trying to do, it ain't what she's trying to do. She bought into the system. So she knows she used to, that's that same lady. I told her, I say, now you sitting here telling me what your mama and your sister is saying to each other and all this that you in between, and they trying to get your spiritual counseling. Y'all talking all this bull crap. And why you talking all this bull crap? Your husband is sick. Y'all, it went number 2 days later. She had to rush him to the hospital. Who you think she called? I said, see there? I was telling you, you sitting here playing around and your husband sitting up in the house. He had full-blown cancer, y'all. And so you sitting your tail up in your house, acting the fool with you and your mom and your sister and them. And then you gonna call me to ask me what I think about he say, she say mess. I said, you sitting here talking all this bull crap about your mother and your sister, and y'all talking all this stupid he say, she say. And here your husband sick as sick can be. He's ill, Angela. She didn't know what to think of that. Until them 2 days came, took him to the hospital and called crying like I don't know what. He got cancer all over his body, booby. How did you know? What you mean? I thought you knew me. You see? But I'm just still saying, this is how people who think what they're doing in the natural and in the world is worth something. You see? It's not what you're doing in the world that's worth something. It's what you're doing for the Most High's namesake. You see what I'm saying? For his purpose. Do you think he's going to let you win in this world? He ain't going to let me. If you with him, you with him. He is not going to let you win the world over. And that's what she did. I didn't think she was going to do it, y'all, because she was one of them praying sisters. She was one of them one that all she wanted to do is please God. I wouldn't have never thought she would have sold out, but she sold out 100%. But she felt it was worth it. And this is her life now. This is not her life. This is what she's living. And that's what I'm saying to you all. In her situation, I think she owned 2 homes, one in Missouri and one in Illinois. You see? And I mean, she makes a lot of money. I don't deal with her. I don't have anything to do with her. Why? She went on the other side. So I ain't got no business crossing over to the left side. Because we went to elementary, high school. I got her first job, and me and her been, friends for so long. So much went on with us as far as friends and knowing each other. That don't mean a rat's behind to me. I don't deal with her. If she'll come out of the blue and say something to me on Facebook, I don't respond. You're in a different zone, baby. Because the last time I respond to her, I saw her in the vision, shaking her head, saying, oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. That's what she said. 3 years later, COVID hit. That's what that dream was telling me. She gonna feel guilty somewhere in her living that she convinced thousands of people to get the COVID shot. The blood is on her. I don't deal with her. I don't deal with her. I don't commune. When my mother's birthday pop up and she might say something, I might say something, but otherwise, I don't deal with her. So let's go to Matthew chapter 1. Not Matthew's. 1 Corinthians. Did I go there? 1 Corinthians chapter 2. That's what it was. Or did I hit that one yet? I think I did. Let me make sure. 1 Corinthians chapter 2. And you know what, you all? Let me tell you something. I'm real bad at that. I don't have no problem with it. I can cut a person off just like that, even my own mama. Oh, yes, I don't play that. That's why when my mother hear me, it's like, oh, you should hear. One day I should let y'all hear her voice. When she hear me, that's just it. It's like, oh, heavens and came down. I'm serious. Because I don't get involved in people who's living on the left like that. All you need to do is deal with her as mother on the left. Okay? But that don't mean you come out of where you're walking on the right. So it's like saying, you get over here and get in this narrow gate and come go with us. Be around us the way we want you to be around us. Do what we want you to do. Be about what you know. No, mom, I'm not doing that. She don't even ask me. I remember her told, this is the second time she didn't told me, but she told me, she said, all this time I knew that God always have a light in the family, and I always knew it was you. But why did you treat me different than the other. I would have said that, but I don't go like that. I don't go into that, into talking to her in that way. But I'm just still saying that's what that's what I think. So I did get 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9, 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 12. Another thing about Angela, the young lady, she's young now. She's my age. She ain't my age. She's probably 10 years younger than I am. But another thing about her, she did taxes. She know how to clear up all that stuff. Oh man, when it come down to taxes, that's another one of her love, and that's something I used to love too. So that's another connection that her and I had was taxes. And she was real good with all the new things that's going on, and all the things that if Donald Trump wrote up all this stuff in the big, beautiful bill, she'd have mastered it already from the beginning to the end. That's how she does stuff, to where she can tell anybody what's going on and what he got planned from, because Donald Trump set it up real good, y'all. And that's why I say I sit back and I think about people, even those that come to this page, and people, period, how sad they are. I mean, this man didn't wrote your whole living into the dirt, into the darkness where there's no return. And this whole country and the people therein have no idea this man then wrote it up and wrote it out to whoever comes in after him. He done set it up real big and beautiful for that big, beautiful bill. And it's not a bill that gets the country in order or bring it back to greatness. It's a country, bring the country as down as you can dig a hole in the uttermost darkness. That's where he took this country and signed it in. And these people running around here talking about Donald Trump, his big, beautiful bill. Did y'all know that? I know y'all didn't. And y'all ain't going to know it. You're going to feel it. That's all it's about. It ain't about you knowing what he put in there. It's about you feeling, experiencing, and going through what was put in there. That's why I say it's better to know it than for it to come up on you. And see, a lot of people say, when I want to hear about politics, I don't want to hear about the news, I ain't in there. Baby, who gives a rest behind? Ain't you got your tail on this world that's full of sin and iniquity? This is what this earth is. Do you know what you at in your flesh? That's sin itself, full of iniquity. So you don't have to watch another television, another YouTube, another phone video. You don't have to TikTok, nothing. But it ain't gonna mean a rat's behind. It's coming for you too. So when I think of it, I was thinking about it earlier, how what he did, he wrote it in and he locked it. So what I have to own is he was put in there to do just what he did. He locked this country down. He locked you down. And he didn't lock you down halfway or 1/4 or 1/3. He locked your tail all the way down. He did it. He did what he came in there to do, and that's all they wanted him to do, is to bring this country down so they can take over it. And he did it. Another thing the Spirit told me this. Now, the Spirit telling me this, but I was speaking it to the Spirit, but this is showing you how don't play with the Father and think he has to come when you want him to come. He has to come on your time. Wait for him. He coming. Anything you want to know or you feel you need to know or you want to know, he'll be on time for it. Ain't nothing. You ain't got no time, baby. Time is over. So you own his time. And he ain't playing with time right now. It's in that day. And that was what Donald Trump did. He locked the country down. The country is so far down, y'all. Guess what? The people are on this country already dead and don't know it. People, you are destroyed. You are dead. You nothing. You ain't got nothing coming. This man didn't lock this whole country down to the lower of the low, while every one of those supporters said, make us great again. He did. He made your tail great into the ground. And guess what's waiting for now? when y'all pull up to destroy on his half. Donald Trump has already destroyed this country. And when we tell you what he did, when he pulled out that big, beautiful bill, many of you all didn't know he signed it in, had many things in it to where he can't even read what's in it because he didn't write it up. The elites did. They wrote the plan, he signed it in, and they locked it. That means no matter nobody that comes to this country can change where this country is at. It's all the way down. That's what he did. And he did exactly what he was told to do. He had a lot. Donald Trump is a very dumb man. A lot of people don't know that just because you know the figures don't mean nothing. He's a very dumb man. He had a lot of voices in his ear conducting him and telling him, you just do the sign and we do the write up. We'll bring them down ourselves. You just signed it. You remember, you guys, where Elon Musk came in with Donald Trump? They came in and they went into this Doge or whatever. And the first place they went was where? The IRS. They began to talk about breaking down the IRS and destroying the IRS. And the first thing they told the people, they're getting rid of the IRS. There's no longer going to be any taxes for us, federal taxes. But guess what happened? That was all a great, big, beautiful lie. That which Elon Musk went in to rule over the IRS, that was to set up all the system for AI. All the system. But they first, before he can just go in and them to do it, they had to make it look like they found a lot of crookedness in it. Oh, they was doing this wrong. They was stealing money here. They was stealing money here. They were doing this. We closing them down. That's all they had to tell the people in this country. And the people in this country said, we with you. We with you. Now IRS is booming. The system has been put in place. Everything that you make is now in a system to break you, to destroy you, to take from you. Even I sit back and watch all these Social Security and Medicare people all on YouTube talking all about it, but they talking about it for that same big, beautiful bill. They got them even adding on to it to make it clear to you all what y'all just encounter from this man. And they wants to make you think that it's all okay because there's nothing you can do about it. But he brought the country, and it wasn't Donald Trump. It's the power that be's with him. That all they needed him to stand in the gap while they work the figures and they do the computer system, AI, and they controlled everybody, everything. They did it. That's really what Elon Musk went into IRS doing. But they have to make you think, oh, they found people stealing in IRS, and the IRS did this, and we closed them down. We got rid of thousands of IRS workers. That was all so they can go in with their own technology. They own people to set it up to make sure nobody in America, nobody make anything without it being taken from them. Oh, yeah. And America sat around and grin and laugh and okay it all. That's why I know it is over for this country. It is over for this country. It's over. And did the elites do an excellent job? Yeah, they did an excellent job. They put the dumbest man in there and the dumbest people in the world, the people in his country, sitting there talking about making America great again. At the same time, he made you great. He buried your tail. Now, when he's out, he's getting ready to get out. His time is up. See, y'all didn't know they did. Oh, yeah, his time is up. He got swooped to go. Why? He's finished doing what the elites wanted him to do. AI is in place. A lot of 99.15 trillion people in this country, around the world, anywhere. Especially, no, let's say this country, have no idea what they set up your tails with the AI. You can't even you can't ask ask nothing, look for nothing, or think that you're gonna get anything out. It's running your mind already, even as I speak. It's running you. It's running your house. And every system you got in your house, it's running. When you pick up your phone, you think you in control. You ain't in control over rats behind. AI is. When you cut your television on, AI is in control. They did it. Everything's set in place. The digital, Donald Trump ain't gonna have to put that together. That's gonna be easy go because AI went over. And AI, if I said, okay, I type into my phone the word monster, AI get it and give me the definition. First and foremost, it'll cut everybody else off that has that something to say about monsters. AI comes down first. It ain't gonna let you put nothing else down until you hear everything it has to say. You thinking you gonna get some Hebrew words turned from English to Hebrew? You can hang it up. AI is making his own. It is off the chain. And I sit back and I say, look how they set this country up real good. And they didn't set it up. The country needed to be set up. I myself, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the whole world need to go to hell. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. That's how I see it. We all need to take our tails straight to hell. He don't even need to send us. We need to all line up and take our tails on the hell. Because that's how sick our minds are today. That's how sick and evil and wicked that we are. We don't see nothing. We can't see nothing. We don't want to walk in nothing. We don't want to be about nothing that has to do with the light and spirit and truth. Line them up, Father, y'all. Y'all lucky who y'all not lucky. Yeah. You don't know who you got when you got the Most High, y'all. That's the best thing that can ever happen to anybody on the face of the earth is a creator like the Most High, y'all. Because if it had anything to do with me, I would have ended every last one of y'all tails, even myself. Because we ain't right. We are not right in the eyes, not in the eyes of the Father, because I don't know what his eyes see when he see us, but what he gives me and he teaches me ain't nothing good, none whatsoever. We have sat back and watched Donald Trump, and I can't keep saying Donald Trump. He's the puppet. He sat there so dumb, the dumbest one, and they were able to master everything through him. And this wasn't through him. While they had his puppet, his clown tail right there, they mastered everything through that. And and everybody's saluting it and liking it and thinking all of it is, and don't even understand what the man just did. They don't have no idea. Okay, so 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 12 and through 14. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 12. It reads, now if any man build upon this foundation gold and silver, precious stone, wood, and hay, and stubble. Verse 13, every man's work shall be made manifest. For the day shall come, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. I like that. I like that. You know why I like that? Because that's what I've been trying to tell y'all for the last probably 6 months. Y'all gonna try everything you got by fire. And then turn around and say, how you like me now? Let's see what you about now. See, people really can't see that. That's why you have to make sure you got a spiritual heart in you. And it's not detached to greed. Listen to what this says, y'all. Just watch this here. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 12. Now, If any man build upon his foundation gold, silver, precious stone, wood, hay, and stubble. Verse 13. Every man's work. Look, you see that word works? You see that word work? Every man work. That's not the spiritual work, y'all, that heaven's got your gifts under, your rewards under. This is the work of what you got on this earth. You didn't work yourself to death to have all this materialistic mess on this earth. Listen to what the Father is going to do. Verse 13. And every man's, so you own it, huh? You own these things, right? Watch this here. Work shall be made manifested. For the day, I told y'all, in that day, and we are in that day, it's just Yah's quickening. I'm gonna say quickening, because it ain't no day, it ain't no time and no minute, no seconds. Ain't no season on this. That's just Yah's quickening. Now watch what it says. For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. It's gonna declare who you are when that fire hits your tail. That means the judgment of the Most High Yah. Do away with what all you got. On this earth, you're going to see where really and who you really are. Right now, people can't see that. They got too much going on. That's who they think they are. It's what they think what they got is what they got going on. Okay, now watch what it says. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. You're going to be tried by everything you got, everything you worked for and you have going to be tried by that fire of Yah. And what happened? The fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. Is it worth it? Is it really worth it? To many people in their eyes, yes, it is. But let me tell you, it's going to be tried by the fire. And we see where you stand in. It's going to be tried by the fire. See where you stand. Because it don't matter what the Father would say and what the Father would do. It's not going to change anyone. He ain't come to make every the crooked straight. That means he ain't coming to make you do anything that your flesh reject doing anyway. Okay, now listen to what it says in verse 14. If any man's work, you see that word work? Abide, which he has built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. You see that? If any man's work abide, which he have built upon, he shall receive a reward. Verse 15, if any man's work shall be burnt, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved. Yes, so as by the fire. This is what Sister Deborah have said to you all over and over and over. It ain't nothing big about what you have, what you got, how much you got of it. It ain't nothing big to nobody but you. He's sitting here letting you know, depending on where that work rests. And he said, and I don't care. And I don't care. I'm going to bring it to the fire. Whether you a serpent seed or a spiritual seed. I told y'all. He's going to bring that mess to the fire. And those who are for the serpent seed, they themselves are going to get burnt. But those that are the spiritual seed, they're going to be saved. But everything they have It's going to be tried by that fire. So, was that yesterday? I didn't come on today. Yesterday, I told you that they can't take nothing for Sister Deborah. She ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing for nobody to take. You can't take something from somebody who ain't never had nothing. So when you see homeless people out there, you think they in bad shape? Come on now. They would never, ever, ever be judged like y'all would judge those who are the opposite. And that's what people don't know. They can't hurt. You can't go out there and they tent catch on fire, or they bottle of water and everything they have be destroyed. It won't hurt them. Because what they have, they live daily to get. But for somebody sitting around thinking they've been dropped on earth to be the gift to the earth from the kingdom, y'all gonna try. The difference from those that's homeless, they'll be saved, spiritual. But those that have and thought they was on high and mighty, he said, I'm gonna burn your mess up. And it's gonna identify who you are. Watch this here. Where did it say that, Deborah? Verse 13. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. Is your works the works of the flesh? Iniquity and sin, wicked and evil? Or are your works done in the spirit for what Yah has to do or have to do with? He said either or. You think you got something on both sides, but I'm going to try you by the fire. I'm going to burn that mess up. And then it's going to see which sort you really are. It's going to tell who you are. I told y'all that. And as I sit here telling you about Donald Trump, a lot of people don't even, they looking at that, they would think of what I'm saying and think, oh, that she don't, oh, that ain't nothing. No, I ain't worried about. But baby, it ain't for you worried about. Nothing Sister Deborah said is for the crooked to be made straight, nor the righteous to stand tall. What I am saying is exactly like Noah telling them people what is about to happen. And did he let anybody come up to Noah? No. So ain't nobody coming out of this country. You here? You gonna stay here. You gonna feel that which he talking about right here. See, y'all thinking he talking about somebody else, or he talking to somebody. No, he ain't. He said, you think you got it all? You think you high and mighty? You better than this, did this, and you ain't done nothing to represent me as anything on the earth. But tell you what, I'm going to try all of y'all. Even my own servant. I'm going to try theirs. I'm going to try their stuff by fire, really, to see what source is it of. Is it of the flesh is why you do this? Or is it of the spirit? But either or, I tried by the fire, burn that mess up. And if you're about righteous, you'll come out of it saved. But if you ain't about righteousness, it's about you, yours, mine, and my greedy and what I got, you're going to get burnt up. Y'all read over that. He ain't playing. But I know what? People don't care about he playing. They didn't listen to Noah, and not one came pulled up. So you think Sister Deborah, is really interested in you taking heat, what I'm saying now? Because they don't take the Father serious. They don't take nothing about the Most High serious. So what makes you think they're going to take anything else? So I go back and it says, read 11, verse 11. For other foundations can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yeshua HaMashiach. That's nice. That's the real that's the spiritual foundation. You see? But if you really look at 12, 13, 14, and go down to 15, you will see that he's letting you know whether you are the righteous seed or the serpent seed, I'm going to try what you got by the fire to let you see how ugly you are when that fire hits your tail. I told y'all, He is not playing. He's for real about what he said. Now, when I get to Matthew chapter 16 and verse 27. In Matthew chapter 16, I don't know where I'm going with this one here because I don't remember what all. In Matthew chapter 16 and verse 27. Matthew chapter 16 and verse 27. Then the Lord of the servant was moved with compassion and loosed his hand and forgave him the debt. Is that right? No, I'm in the wrong place. 16, I'm way at 19. 16 and 20. Hey, 27. Hey, hold up. Matthew 16 and 27. That's some, how did that get torn out? Matthew 16 and verse 27. And it reads, for the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. You see that? According to what? His works. So are your works, is it of the flesh or is it of the spirit? Are you doing things for Yah's name's sake and the purpose of his will in the spirit realm? Or are you doing things based on your flesh and you calling it the will? Okay, listen to what it said, and that is Matthew chapter 16 and verse 27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Remember in Matthew 25, Yeshua has separated the goats and the sheep, and the goats and the sheep, and he put the sheep on the right, and then took them to the throne and said, this is what heavens had prepared for you. And then we were looking at the other verse where it said, it is written that you don't know what Yah has prepared for you. If only you knew, in a sense. When here it's actually telling you that the rewards that heavens have is according to man's works. I wonder what works is that. That's what I'm going back to let you all really grip. The Son of Man, if he's going according to the, if he's speaking regarding according to the rewards of the Father, those are rewards for doing the spiritual works. So even though you hear them say it's not your works, it's letting you know it's not your fleshly work that gets you to the kingdom or to save you. Not by your works. He's letting you know by your flesh. But there is a work in those that Yah has assigned. And I like that, because what I have learned being 64, almost 65, is that people base things on what they flesh say that they are, what they flesh said that needs to be done, or what they flesh think and what they flesh feel. But the Father is only going to reward you for the things you do in him, for the works which are spiritual. Like I always say to you all, I don't hear people speaking or teaching spirit and truth. That's the works. I sit here and tell y'all how they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. So what happened? He gives me the ball. He says to me, Deborah, the ball you telling them in the parable sense that was dropped back in Genesis and dropped throughout time. He said that was truth. It was always in them from the beginning. You see? He had to, and I appreciate that, because I could have died. I mean, not died, but slept and not know what that was really about. But for him to allow me to live, to understand that truth was always there. You see, it was in them all the time. And that is the ball that you tell them in parable sense that has been dropped, is that the truth has always been sitting right up there. So what do that mean? That the ball dropping is a set, like something dropped, as if they dropped it, or they misplaced, not misplaced it, they dropped it as if it wasn't needed. But now he's explaining to me that drop was the word. Do you know what that feel like? How is it that we walk our dumb tails around here dropping the word of Yah? Come on now. Do you know what that feel like? To me, to know that that ball that all that time I keep saying been dropped, was the word. Truth? Come on, y'all. All that time. So this is why he said, it ain't you, it's me. When they do it unto you, they have done it unto me. So when you thinking it's about you speaking to a brick wall, I've been present before them as a brick wall, knowing that I'm speaking to them, they still as a brick wall today. As if I don't even stand there, or I don't even exist. So a lot of things Sister Deborah is saying, it might even sound like a parable sense, but the Father is showing me it's the best way to get to these people. It's the best way I son you to get to those that are going to line up. The other ones ain't gonna line up. You can hang it up. You're gonna be speaking to the brick wall until it's over. Okay, so here in Matthew chapter 16 and verse 27, listen to what it says. The Son of Man shall come in the glory of the Father. Now this is spiritual, y'all. With who? The angels. And then he shall reward. That's that kingdom. That's in Matthew 25. Reward every man according to their works. He got the goats on the left and the sheep on the right. And he took the sheep to the kingdom and told them, this is what you were, the Father had prepared for you before the foundation of the world, for it is already written. That's the reward, you guys. Okay, so that there also kind of show you that what the other verse was saying that I have not seen, nor the ear, that's spiritual, the spiritual ones have not seen nor hear what Yah got prepared for them in the kingdom. So my title is it worth it? Yes. If your mission is that which is at the kingdom eternal, yes, it is worth it. If all of my brethren passed away, were murdered, beaten, killed, tormented, locked up, all kind of things, was it worth it? Yes. It was all for the kingdom. That's what makes it worth it. But look, he's not allowing nobody to beat you and kill you and torment you and lock you up in prison, is he? Is the Father allowing these things to happen to you? No. But see, you ain't doing nothing either. They were doing something for the kingdom. You ain't doing nothing, and you call yourself better than any and everybody else. How can that be? No works for the kingdom. That shows your identity of who you are on the earth. There are so many people so used to keeping a mess. Mess keep up them. They have lived and walked that line. They so used to keeping up chaos. Chaos has kept up in them. I mean, even to the point of their elder They are elderly, going into their retirement, and some of them are retired. This is what they do. But if they had work invested in them, they will be about the Father's namesake. They'll be about the things that are spiritual. They'll be about the light. They'll be about the things that shows them that they representing the Most High Yah. So many people claiming to be in there, but they out there. They out in the world claiming to be in there. In where? The body of Hamashiach. Hamashiach is the head. That's Christ. He's the head. He has a body. And all those that are in that body is under the head, which is Christ. Everybody claiming to be in it. That's why God said, I'm going to, he said, what he said, gold, silver, wood, hay, stubborn, all kind of things. He was showing you all the materialistics in your heart that you have built up on this earth. Materialistic. I'm coming forward with fire. Woo! And he said, saved or unsaved, I'm coming for it as fire to show you which one you really serve. That's what I'm talking about. Do you think I don't know that that's going to happen? I know for a fact that's going to happen. That's the only way I can see it happening. I can't see if the Father just coming down here and just taking people and they just so holy than thou, and they just walking around and being a brick wall, ain't figure they have to invest in no one that's doing the will of the Father. They ain't doing nothing in the Father, and they won't invest in someone who really is, but they can sit up day and night and listen to the servants of the Most High Yah. Where's your work? In the spirit. The Father said, I'm going to try you. What was this one here? Matthew chapter 16 and verse 7. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and he shall reward every man according to his works. Where's yours? See, people did not know. Your works can also and could have been and should have been in the body of Hamashiach, even supporting those that's in that same body you in. You see? If you're not the labor in the vineyard to be the mouthpiece of Yah, you're still supposed to support those that are. And how? How can you continue to come to the body, the outside of the body, portraying to be in the inside with such a hardened heart? Saying and claiming that I'm inside and I don't care what she say and she say and he say, or that book you read or that word you hear from him, say it. I'm not doing nothing. That's a stone cold heart that's hateful, greed, self-centered, and they on the outside of the body of Hamashiach, portraying that they're on the end. That's deep. Betraying. And what is the Father going to do? He's going to let him do it. Because he's not coming, you guys, to make you straight if you crooked, to make you do right or to be about his business. It's either in you or it's on the outside of you. And in you means spiritual, on the outside is your flesh ruling you. Okay? So let me go to Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 12. In Matthew chapter 5 and verse 12, it says, rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so prosecuted they the prophets which were before you. See? You see that? For some, it has, for so prosecuted they the prophets which were before them. Now, I just got through telling y'all that. These people died harsh. Doing what? The same thing Sister Gabriel's doing. The same thing I'm doing. They died harsh. And it's telling you that. In Matthew chapter 5 and verse verse 12, rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in the heavens. See, that's at heaven, it's got it written that you're going to gain rewards based on the things that you've done for his name's sake, okay? And for his light, for his spirit and truth. The things that you do in the spirit, for the spirit of Yah, is worth it. But the things you do not is worth less. And so are you. Now listen to what it says happened. For some prosecuted they, the prophets, which were before you. So it's letting you know, Deborah, they prosecuted the ones that was before you. Do they have a reward? Sure they do. It's written in the kingdom. And all that they done went through, guess what? Y'all got their rewards in the kingdom from what? Their works that they did on the earth that caused them to be prosecuted, beaten, put in prison, whipped, starved, and murdered. For what? For you to walk around today and think it's about your worldly living and how you live and what you got, what you doing with it, and me, and mine, and ain't nobody tell me you right. People, those are high level of hateful people portrayed to be in the body of Hamashiach. And they think they see down here so easy. All I have to do is stand on the outside of the body of Hamashiach, and I know I'm in there anyway. I don't care what nobody say. That's that heart of hate. Because they think they're going to override. Oh, no. You ain't going to override nothing. If you don't know your works, and you ain't got nothing invested in spirit and truth in the light, and you're not out here laboring in the vineyard, but yet you got something to say about those that's in the vineyard, that's laboring, putting out whatever y'all put in, you messed up. Because you don't even understand what you listening to, what your ears is trying to hear, what your eyes is trying to see when you come onto this page. It's what Yah has invested in me. Your eyes trying to see it. Your ears trying to hear it. And you keep coming over and over and over and over. And you going to tell me that ain't hate? Please. So my last chapter is Revelation 22. I don't know if that's going to be my last. What time? Yeah, I got time. Revelation chapter 22. Oh, now I'm in trouble now. I'm going to go into Revelation chapter 22. I'm going all the way back, ain't it? Oh, Deborah in trouble. Deborah in trouble. Revelation 22. And that's why I keep telling people he's going to try all that bad mouthing. Some people so quick to be, always was a troublemaker, always was a bad mouther. And people successfully let them boast in that way. And they think they can just rule it. Baby, you ain't ruling nothing but something on the outside of the body of Hamashiach. I come to tell you that. Okay? And that's the darkness that's in you trying to get into the body of Hamashiach, which is the individuals that has been assigned, appointed, and anointed. You ain't going to enter. Okay? So Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his work. According to his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Now, why is they talking about works when it tells you what you gain of Yah is not based on your works? He's letting us know it ain't based on your flesh and what you do in the flesh and how your flesh conduct itself. It's based on what work that's invested in your spirit. What work is that? That which is mission, that which is called, that which has been ordained, that which has been predestined, that which has been foreknew. that which holds spirit and truth, that which is the light that's in you. Okay, so here it goes. Verse 12, Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and the reward is with me to give every man according to his work shall be. He's speaking of the work that he has invested in you before the foundation of the world. For his name's sake, to come down here and labor. Remember, Yeshua say, pray to the Father. He didn't say he was the Father. He said, pray to the Father that Yeshua knew he couldn't do it. Pray to the Father that he send more laborers in the vineyard. So what do you think those are? But what I noticed since I've been on YouTube and throughout living, people that represent the Most High is the only one that's going to be rejected. They're going to be the one that kicked to the side. That's how all of the prophets before me got killed, murdered, beaten, prison, whipped, starved. And that's why they got rewards in the heaven, y'all. They went through something. For you to stand back and think that you all that and something, and all you have to do is sit back and run your mouth. Because that's how people receive you. Running your mouth about what? Nothing. Ain't no light in your mouth. Ain't no spirit and truth in your mouth. You ain't even got a witness in your mouth. You know what a witness is? Somebody that can go out and witness to other people and lead them by the very words of the spirit that rests in you. Oh no, people say, we don't have to do all that. We already in it. We already got it. Those are people who got a brand called hate. And it's so branded all the way past their skin, their flesh, their bone marrow, all the way to their spirit. And they have no idea that their brand of hate is already in their spirit. And that's why they are going to be at a standstill, waiting for the fire. The fire, one can be on the side of Sister Deborah, and then Sister Deborah right here, and another one can be on the side of Sister Deborah. Guess what? Y'all say, I'm going to try all of y'all work. I'm going to try by the fire. We're going to see who's going to stand. People think because what they got, that's how they going to stand. Hey, I'm running this world like Donald Trump. I know I'm going to stand. We're going to see how long you stand. Because you know what he's saying? If one on my left and one on my right, and I'm in the middle, you think he's not going to try me by the fire? Yes, he is. That's why I tell y'all, I do not play with this creator. If he wants to send me to hell, Father, I go. But I just want to, before I go, I want to let you know. I just thank you. I just thank you. Even Satan should say that before he go to the lake of hell. He should look at him and say, thank you for all that time you gave me to do what I wanted to do. Is feel like a king. And he did on the earth. I wouldn't be surprised if he said that. If he would say it. Because every righteous and anything that Yah does, it is perfect. It is excellent. And if sending Sister Deborah to hell, and it is him, hell bound I shall go. I'm not going to buckle up on him, refuse. No. He gave me all these years of my living to know him. He cared for me, people. He was there for me. And still today, more than he was even yesterday. And you think that if I'm entitled to hell, I better get my tail there real quick then. Because if that's where he had me, that's where I need to go. But you got people, y'all, on this earth, just like the days of Noah. They didn't give a rat's behind about no Most High. He said every imagination and thoughts of their thoughts were even wicked. I see that today. I see it today. And those are the people who said, I'm going to the promised land. I got my ticket to the kingdom. I know I got the keys. I know I'm holy. I know I have the Ruach. Do you know your flesh is your worst enemy? Can't nobody hurt you the way your flesh can. Do y'all know that? Can't nobody beat you down and destroy you no worse than your flesh. Because your flesh will destroy you from the outside in, from the inside out, and grin in your ugly face. Yeah, I did it. That's your flesh. Will make you think you all that and some. You upright, you righteous because of what you got. You got something. You got one or the other. Hate on the righteous end or hate on the unrighteous. Which one is you? Just no matter what hate you got, make sure you got the works in the spirit to walk therein. Because I'm sure the Father ain't got people walking in the spirit with no works that represent him in their spirit. And their flesh going all over here, ruling them. And their spirit going all over here, talking about he's following y'all. That's so messed up, y'all. That stuff is so messed up. That is so messed up. So here it says in Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12, and behold, I come quickly, and my rewards is with me to give every man according to his work shall be. See, a lot of people thinking that the works is like, let's say for me, since Sister Deborah's on YouTube, okay? Everything I do that represent the Most High, that's pleasing to the Yah, is the works of Yah. Everything that I do that's pleasing to me, that doesn't represent Yah, that's not the works. So that's why he tell us, don't think you got saved because something you did, your works. No. Things were written before it was. So when he wrote it up, he invested what spiritual work he want in individual. Those works gonna come back with those individuals. That's their rewards. They went out with them, they're gonna come back with them. So let's go to Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. But the game is on you. I mean, really, because people thinking, they playing that same thing. Like I sit back and look at a fake Donald Trump, and sometimes I do kind of feel sad for him. I feel sad for him. I'm gonna tell you why I feel sad for him. The reason why I feel sad for him is like I feel sad for 99.9. I feel sad because they didn't and they don't get the opportunity that the Most High has given me. And I feel sad because they come here with the enemy already using them and working against them and through them. They come here like that. You see? They come here just as they are. I can sit up here and talk about the way a person is all I want. But the truth be told, people come here like that. It's not because you so right, Deborah, about what you saying about a person. It's not so much as you so holy than thou in the words that you're saying. It ain't got to do that. It's got to do what heaven had already orchestrated the beginning into the end. And according for him to orchestrate the beginning to the end, he had to know what was in between. Matter of fact, for him to even orchestrate the beginning, he had to know the end. And that's what we have forsaken. The truth of the whole matter, he wrote it in the way it ends. He wrote it in the beginning. And the sad part is when I see these people like Donald Trump, I already know he's wrote in. And everything that he's doing matches a location where there's no hope. You see? His actions, his work on the earth, what he's doing, what he's performing. Now, one might say, well, you never know, Deborah, y'all can save him. No, baby, you ain't talking to no fool. So you can go to the house of fools if you want to. It's too many gifts the Father instilled in me to be able to discern and then turn around and tell me you use the spirit, Deborah, that's in you to try that spirit. You want to know who that spirit is? Use that spirit in you. Who is that spirit? The spirit of Yah, that gives his servant the ability to use his spirit to try the spirit on the outside, because he's the spirit on the inside of me, allowing me to try the spirit that's on the outside of me. And they're going to turn around and give me the gift of discerning. Sit down. You see? So when I feel sad for him, because it's just not him. I think about what it would feel like. Now, I don't think about like what it would feel like for me, but I think of how these elites has gotten so much power to where they give you a choice. No, they don't give you a choice. Yeah, they do give you a choice to live or die. It's hard for people to say, okay, you want me to do this, 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 this. And if I do it, me, my wife, my kids, my grandbaby will be okay. Yeah. And if I don't do it, you're going to kill them all. Yeah. And the first time you miss, whoever get on that plane, they're going to be gone. We're going to show you we ain't playing. So you see how he have to stick with the protocol? Just imagine somebody right now knock on your door. Come on, let's go there, y'all. Y'all want to think you're somebody? Let me tell you something. Come on, somebody knocking on your door. They up at your door. Who is it? When this is, let's say, Miss Johnson, your neighbor. Oh, you know who that is. You open up the door, she got somebody with her. When I was just, because somebody came looking for you, and I told them, this is where you stay. They was knocking on my door, and he said, how you doing, ma'am? I'm doing okay. How may I help you? And your neighbor standing there with you, like, hey, she the one brought him to your door. And I said, you said, okay. And they said, well, we want to offer you an opportunity to, if you have any children in your house, if you're in any need for anything, we want to offer it to you. Once they get you aside, and you say, okay, yeah, I think I would be interested in it. They get you aside. The plan is this. How many kids you got? 3. How many grandbabies? 1. You married? Yes, I got a husband. Okay. We need you to do A, B, C, D, and E. You got to do A exactly the way we want A. B exactly the way we want B. C exactly the way we want C. D exactly the way we want D. And you say, no, I'm not into that. I don't want to go over on that dark side. I'm just not into that. I don't want to start that, because I know I couldn't get out. I don't want, ma'am, you don't have no choice. We'll kill. Don't you got a husband? Yep, we'll take him out. Don't you got grandbabies? Yep, we'll take them out too. Don't you got children? Yeah, I got adult children. We'll take them out. We take each one of them out right before your eyes. And we won't have to take them out right here. We'll take them out slowly. No matter where they at, where they going. We know where they at. We know where they going every day. We know what school they go to. We know what job your husband. We know his hours. We know what time he come home at night. We'll take you out of here if you don't do that A, B, C, and D the way we want it. And this is what these people suffer, y'all. That's why I'm sad. I'm sad that the level of darkness that one has to walk therein just to live another day. Just to make it another day. Just imagine, for him to stay in office, he has to do all that he's doing just to be able to live. And you know what? If he could give all the wealth, the $1 billion that he had, if he could give it all up just to get his freedom, he would. But the price is his whole family will be taken out. So when y'all be wondering how these people getting under the control of this wicked and evil, this is how. And we stand back all cockeyed like we know everything. You don't know a rat's behind them. A lot of them have to sell out. They don't have no other choice. And me, Sister Deborah, knowing that it is written, I thank the Father for allowing me to have that compassion that he has placed in me all my living, to know that this is what people have to do just to live another day. I don't care if you're 20 billion, you're a male that's 60 years old and you got $20 billion. Guess what? You will give up that $1 billion if you can get out just to be free. But guess what? They don't want your billion. They want your power and your control. See, a lot of people on this earth think it's all about what they think it's about, that dollar. Baby, that dollar ain't never. That's why I tell y'all the other day, it can't make me nor can it break me. You know why? You can't miss what you never had. Okay? Y'all raised me up with that daily bread. And that's it. You see? And I look back over it now. I am so grateful that he did. Because whatever situation come upon this earth, greater is he in me than he that's in the world. I got everything I need within me. Nope, I ain't have to worry about taking this or taking this here. I got to go in here and get my clothes. I got to get my TV, or I got to get my cars out here. I got to go get my house. No. Because that's where we at, whether y'all know it or not. And I'm so grateful that he taught me what it is to live your daily bread. You come in the world, you take nothing out. But when you come into this world and you got the Most High Yah living in you, you taking out more than the world itself. You're taking out more than the world itself. Because greater is he that owns the earth and the fullness thereof. He lives in me. He lives in me. Daily do I walk daily and hope that, okay, if it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. What's the next step, Father? Where do I go from here? Tell me, Father, y'all, where do I go from here? But just imagine somebody like Donald Trump, a billionaire. The freedom that I have, he would never gain. He would never be able to get out of it. And everybody be thinking these people got into this because this is what they're interested in. Did they come here like this? Yes. But where we are at in this day and time is what they came down here, being a dark seed. But yet in all, it's so much that they have to do to stay in that dark seed that if they could come out, they would want to. But they can't. That's how they got us, y'all. That's where they got you. Us. They got us all in that mindset. We all walking that line of the power that bees. Now with me, if I had to go up under something like that, I'm going to tell you what the Father would do. I'm going to tell you what I know he'll do. Either he'll let me go out because I ain't going down. He'll let me go out. I ain't going down. I don't care what nobody say. I am not going down. If I don't go up, I ain't going down. How about that? I ain't going down. And this is the whole most people in this country, not most people in this country, but many of them that's doing everything they want, even eating flesh. They get so detached to it, doing what they tell them to do till they become them themselves. But how they got him is the same way I just told you about Donald Trump. That's how they get you. They come knocking at your door. They got you. And you know what? There was something powerful came to me today. It's something I said yesterday. And I said, but Father, those people didn't even get that. He said they won't. There is the power of Christ and the words there rest in it. People won't get it. They won't get it. That's why he said, my people perish. And I don't care if they perish, because they perish due to lack of knowledge. They don't have the knowledge, the spiritual knowledge. Yeah, they got the worldly knowledge. They love that knowledge, because that knowledge feeds their flesh. But the true knowledge of the spirit, they don't have. And if they don't have that, they don't have me. And see, that a lot of people don't know that. They think, hey, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm the son of the seed of Jacob and Jacob's tribe. And baby, that don't mean a rat's behind about Jacob. Jacob is the flesh. If he can come back here and tell y'all some stupid people to believe that it was about the flesh. He would tell you himself. Where are you in the spiritual seed? Where are you in the spiritual DNA? If you ain't about that, get your tail somewhere and sit down and stop claiming that you Jacob's seed. Don't mean I was a spiritual seed. That's the only way you gonna come to my Father bosom, if you's a spiritual seed of who I am and who I was. Jacob, the spiritual seed of the Most High Yah. You gonna pull up talking about some Jacob, you better pull up with Jacob of the spiritual bloodline and not the flesh. I've told y'all many times, go to Matthew chapter 1. You'll see all the spiritual seeds. Those are all the spiritual seeds. And ain't nan one gonna be blamed for nothing. Nan one of them gonna be blamed for nothing when y'all finish running your gaps. Everybody running around here and just want to claim and disrespect the Most High and dishonor him any way they flesh want to and think they going somewhere. Yeah, you going somewhere. It's already written where you going. And you going to go quicker than you think. So I feel I do have, and it could be that part of me that has that sadness for anybody to have to be under that type of control, like that. And I give all glory to the Most High Yah, even if I am or if I am not marked, even if I am one of the 144 or not. It's not good. I'm going to tell you there's something wrong with that. Even if I am not one of the 144, even if I am not one of the marked, guess what, y'all? Sister Debbie gonna get on her every day she living and still give him the glory, give him the praise, and give him the honor of being all that he is, all that he was, and all that he's going to be. So I'm telling you, if I got to go to hell, I come down, and I might have to bust it wide open. But I tell you what, I ain't giving hell no glory, and I ain't giving no darkness no glory and no honor. I'm still gonna serve the Most High Yah, because he's all that and some, and he's worth more than what I can say that he is. Because he that if I say it, and he that if I don't. He's all that and some. That's what make him the I am that I am, that you still don't know who he is. So is it worth it? Only the things you do in the spirit realm. And for the spirit of those who serve Yah and Yah walk in. Outside of that, sit down and stop the clowning, because it ain't going to get you nowhere. It ain't going to get you nowhere, because you're already written. You're already written. So all that clowning and portraying and wanting to be seen and wanting to be known or wanting to be somebody to somebody, sit down. Sit down with all that. It's all vain and vexed. It's worthless. Find where you at in the bosom of the Father. And stop walking around here portraying that you something that you ain't. What would be the sense for the homasiach, which is Christ, to have be the head over a body, and you on the outside of the body portraying you on the inside. It ain't gonna work for nobody but your sick mind. Your worstest enemy is your sick mind that tells you that you in somewhere when you on the outside of somewhere and you ain't figured it out by now. So our sister Deborah says, is it worth it? Only the things that you do in the spirit. For his name's sake, he that is spirit, he that is truth, the most high Yah, makes it worth it. All that you have and you doing on your flesh don't mean nothing for nobody but to you and your ego, your self-centered self. All right, Sister Deborah says, shalom. And I hope you got something out of it. But even if you did, I know that I have. Shalom.